Welcome into this Thursday edition of the Oxford Exxon Podcast. Chase Parham, Neil McCready, Clark Ford studio this morning. We will look at some Neil's picks. It is back. It is up on the front at rebelgrove.com with all the disclaimers. Neil bragging about winning a couple years in a row and some other things as well.
Hey, I'm a
as
two-time
Dizzy Dean
defending
said,
champion.
Not bragging if you can do it.
I
guess this is true. This is like banner day, isn't it? You're like hanging your banner today.
Yes.
You get the ring today.
Yeah,
Today's the day you
we
get
wear the
ring.
gold jersey today.
Yeah, that's what this is. So we will we'll go through that a little bit.
You're telling me that if you weren't two-time defending champ, you wouldn't mention it? Come on.
Yeah, probably get mentioned once or 9 times. We'll take some questions. We'll look at some different things here on the show. Reminder, hand raise guys tonight around 7, so back with you twice today. And then tomorrow as well, the inaugural edition of the preview video will come out. Not really a pregame because it's coming out on Friday prior to a Monday game, but a lot of stuff in that. So you'll have 3-4 days worth of
it's already 2.5 hours long.
Okay. So it's a monstrosity.
It's going to be a 3-hour monstrosity by the time it's all said and done. It's really good, if I say so myself.
That's a big file.
It's going to be Pete DeWeese last night, we did an hour and 14 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, like 6 seconds shy of an hour and 14 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fantastic.
X's and O's, football geek stuff in the best way possible.
Yep. It's really, really good. I mean, it had nothing to do with me. I sat there and
let him talk.
I was kind of mesmerized a few times. I learned some things. You'll learn some things. I'll go ahead and answer this question now. It's already come up. It's going to come up again and again and again. Is this going to be in podcast form? No, it is not going to be in podcast form.
It is on YouTube.
It's going to be on our YouTube page. If you want to watch it,
you have 4 days.
We'd love for you to watch it. We'd love for it to become a habit to watch it. It won't always be 3 hours, by the way. But people are excited.
Yeah, sure.
And anyway, watch it on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Tell us you like it, etc.
Yeah.
There's
Comment,
only
rate,
one
review, all that stuff.
There's only one way to build a video brand.
And that's to make you watch it on video.
And that is to make you watch it on video.
Yeah, so it is what it is. So that will be up sometime tomorrow. Plenty of content up and more. The podcast brought to you by the Oxford Exxon. Oxford Exxon Highway 6 West. All Blue Sky locations allow you to download the Speed Pass Plus app. Use it, save money by earning points there with the Oxford Exxon and All Blue Skies here in Mississippi, up and down I-55 and more. They've got the self-checkout going here locally in Oxford. And today's Thursday, so you get a lunch special, $5.69, 2 sides, bread, 32-ounce drink there at the Oxford Exxon. Again, coming to you from the Clark Ford studio.
We are Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi. 662-257-1900 is the number. You call it. You ask for our buddy Corey. Say, hey, Corey, here's the Ford product that I'm thinking about. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours. It's right to the bottom line. There's no hassle, no haggle. You get your quote, and the rest is completely up to you. You can shop that quote around. You can do what I've done, what I really recommend that you do, and that's hop into a Clark Ford today, 662-257-1900. Guests will join us on the Rafters Music and Food Hotline. Rafters Music and Food on the Square in Oxford. I suspect will be happening tonight throughout the weekend. If you want to go this weekend, get a great burger, get po' boys, appetizers, great beer selection, full bar, the whole deal, great service. You can watch all the games Friday. They'll have games on Saturday. They'll have games on Sunday, obviously a game on Monday. There's a lot going on. Great weekend. It's finally here. If you are wanting to be out on the water, you can do that too. Go to Rafters on the Water out at Sardis. Frozen margaritas, frozen daiquiris, great waterfront views as well. And there is Rafters New Albany. So there you go.
We'll jump into a couple different things today. Let's see. Again, Neil's picks up. Zach with some recruiting stuff from the last time we talked yesterday morning. Kind of went up right after we were finishing the show. Recruiting rumor mill stuff. The 321 content item presented by Nick's Tan is up. We look at some running back depth. We look at what Brian Brown had to say. Very complimentary, obviously, of the Ole Miss offense. And much more there. So that is up at rebelgrove.com. I've been Neil's picks a little bit. There's a media availability a little later today too. The last one prior to Monday's game, just players. I highly doubt any news much comes out of it.
I was going to say, there's no Kiffin, right?
Yeah, no, this is the normal Wednesday where it's just kind of whatever. I don't even know who they could give us that would have anything interesting today, if I'm completely honest. I mean, I
gotta be honest. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I got nothing. Play the game. It is what it is. Like,
I mean, I guess Corral,
but I highly doubt it's Corral.
Yeah, I don't think Matt wants to.
I feel like he would have been Monday if he was doing this week.
That's my guess too.
The quarterback would have come on Monday, but they gave us Jarian,
which was fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, they might give us Henry Parrish again. I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
Hold up. Don't dismiss that.
In addition to the 3-hour pregame tomorrow, we get a 1,500-word feature on Henry Parrish. I mean, frankly, I wouldn't mind talking to Bullock.
Yeah, control me.
I mean, there's really not many, though. We're kind of getting into the time to go ahead and play a game.
It's time to play the game. I mean, that's what, there's going to be a game tonight. I think the fact that, Ole Miss doesn't play till Monday, blah, 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 but the football season starts tonight. Now people want to watch games. I did actually watch a little bit of, I was busy, obviously, so it was on.
Jacksonville State.
Yeah, UAB looked good against Jackson State.
They're fine.
I think they're a solid program.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with UAB. They're completely fine.
Sammy says, what's the latest on Braylon Brown? I have no idea. I mean, they're not going to tell us these things. Here's the thing. He'll either play Monday night or he won't.
The injury, whether it lasted 2 days or whatever it was, slowed him down to the point that he was pressing Mingo really hard.
Yeah, at the end of the first week of camp, he was about to become a starter.
And then now he's on the third team, whether he's healthy or he's not. So I'm not even 100% sure he's in the rotation, healthy or not, because of the time that passed, frankly. If you're looking at that depth chart again, and I mean, God help us if we take a ton by it, but strictly from a rotation standpoint, Kiffin doesn't play a ton of wide receivers. So because of that, if you're Braylon Brown, if you're Quay Davis, you're pretty worried about where you are on the depth chart from a snap standpoint.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's obviously going to play Drummond, Mingo, and Sanders, and then there's not a lot of ball left after that.
Yeah.
So.
They're going to, and what's not even included on the depth chart at receiver is Elian Parrish.
Correct. I mean, last year, as a second to third option behind Elijah Moore, Drummond played 94% of the snaps. They don't come off the field.
Right.
So, I mean, it's
you're playing tempo.
Sure.
If they come off the field, the umpire goes and stands over the ball and lets the defense make substitutions.
And they'd rather not happen. So
yeah, I mean, that's the way the rule works.
Mm-hmm. So transfer from Alcorn starting for Louisville on defense.
Yeah. Yeah, Pete talks about all this.
Does he?
Oh, yeah.
You've heard all. You've gotten your fill, huh?
Well, you talk about you being ready for the game to be played. I am freaking ready for the game to be played.
You've got as much info as you need. You're good.
I'm info overloaded right now.
So you're like you do feel like what the coach feels like on the Thursday, where it's like just let me do something now.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm in. I mean, like,
you don't need to watch film. You don't need to go back in the room, because there are coaches who do too much of that.
Sure.
They get a plan and then go, hey, let me go look at that one more thing. What if we do this? And then it's too much, and it just starts being all over the place and scattershot. And
well, if you ever talk to a lot of coaches, the good ones, when it's done on Thursday, they send the families home.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah.
Go chase your wife around the house. Go play with the kids.
Yeah, we'll see you at the hotel tomorrow.
Yeah, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
If we throw more at the kids right now, we're going to confuse them.
Yeah. We'll jump into some picks. We'll look at what we picked, look at the games a little bit one by one for the week. Again, SEC football beginning tonight, Bowling Green and Tennessee. That is on the SEC Network. Bowling Green plus 34 against a Tennessee team that's not expected to be very good. First year under Josh Heupel. I did just a touch of research as I was looking up Bowling Green. They suck. Last year, they went 0-5 and were outscored against like Kent State and Akron and people. I mean, just obliterated. So I feel like while that line is huge, and look, I'll be honest, I have no confidence in hardly any of the picks this week, and that's not like a defense mechanism. These huge lines suck, and I don't know what to do with them, and there was not a single one of them where I went, yeah, that feels really good, because I feel like every one of these games is between 28 and 37 points, and you go, okay, whatever. It's
a certain coin
toss.
We're
counting on a second team scoring or not scoring in the fourth quarter at this point. But Bowling Green can't stop anything. I think Tennessee rolls big in this one, trying to get off to that hot start, get some confidence for their guys against a really, really crappy Bowling Green team.
It's kind of what I thought, too. I took Bowling Green on the points just because it's so many points.
Yeah, 34.
But who knows?
Because Tennessee's offense can suck against anyone. Let's not give, they can be bad.
Yeah, it's like everybody keeps going, Bowling Green sucks. I'm like, did you watch Tennessee? Because I watched Tennessee, and they sucked. And their best players left.
Which is a problem, too.
I mean, like Henry Toto, or however you say his name, is not out there anymore.
No, he plays for somebody else in the league.
Yeah, Alabama.
Yeah. Actually playing, too, right? Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. I mean, I'm going to turn it on that screen right there, and I'm going to put Ohio State on this screen here. And, I mean, we'll watch football, and I'll watch the game, and I'm interested. But
Big Ten's getting TV1?
Well, because the Big Ten, I don't have the Fox
app we can't stream
it.
Okay, gotcha.
So we can stream Tennessee. So it's not really a preferential choice. It's just a is what it is choice.
And we'll be okay that we're 48 seconds behind on the Tennessee game. Somehow we'll cope.
I don't plan to lose sleep over it. If you do, I mean,
God help us all.
God help you all, yeah.
Could you have found a more, and again, you have to be looking at Neil's picks, so go to the site, rebelgrove.com, to see these things we mentioned them. I know he's not your favorite human in the world, but could you have found a more unflattering photo of anyone than Terry Bowden last night?
And see, here's the part.
You put a picture up of a waterlogged Pillsbury Doughboy.
The part that I don't, frankly, I'm going to brag again for a minute. The fact that I won the last 2 years, when the amount of emphasis and work that I put on finding the photos far outshadows
anything you did from a scouting
any
standpoint.
Research as to who's going to actually win the contest. So I went searching for photos, and when I found that one, I was like, oh, yeah.
I mean, it's perfect. It is like it should be hung. Seriously,
I was very proud of it.
Mona Lisa Terry Bowden. I was
quite proud.
Oh, God. He did a decent job at Akron, actually.
Yeah,
he was fine.
He's okay. In fairness to Terry, the 1 year that I covered Terry Bowden, he was pretty stressed out.
Sure,
there was a lot of stuff going on.
You didn't get the heyday.
No,
even the heyday.
No. I didn't get nothing resembling a heyday.
ULM plus 29.5. Speaking of, he is there with Rich Rodriguez against Kentucky, 11 a.m. SEC Network. Another huge line.
I laid these comfortably.
Yeah, because I just don't know that ULM can score. From that standpoint, I don't know that Kentucky's going to try to run it up, but at the same time, their defense is really good.
Yeah, it's going to be really good, and they're going to be physical. ULM's going to melt under a physical team. Talked to Ben Mintz about this game. You'll hear that you'll watch that on Friday. We talked about this game for a moment. We got on a Louisiana tangent for a minute. ULM's bad. Like really, really, all jokes aside, really bad.
So 29.5 there on that one. One that Neil put in his ones he would watch for the week. Rice is in Fayetteville, Arkansas this weekend for the home opener for Sam Pittman and the guys. Plus 19.5 at Arkansas, 1 p.m., SEC Network and ESPN+.
Ready for my sappy moment of the day? I'm totally serious. This applies to college kids everywhere.
Yeah, sure.
Caroline had to go pick up a T-shirt yesterday for some kind of pep rally that they have tonight in Fayetteville.
Okay.
And so she had to go in the stadium, and she sent a picture of the stadium, and she's so excited to get to go to a game. Think of all the college kids out there that didn't get to go to games last year, that get to go stand in the student sections and cheer for their good teams, bad teams, whatever teams, and have fun and take all their little Instagrams and all that stuff. They didn't get to do that a year ago, and I'm really effing happy for all of them. So, yeah, I will absolutely turn the TV on at 1 o'clock in here probably on Rice and Arkansas just to kind of celebrate with my kids. And if your kids are going to Ole Miss or Mississippi State or wherever, I'm happy for your kids too.
You hope the student sections are full. And
hell yeah. Yes, have fun. Smuggle your alcohol into the stands and be a college kid. You get to be a bald 50-year-old later. You be a college kid.
So games at 1 should be in the stadium 120 to 240.
Oh, that's stretching.
Is that stretching it? That's halftime-ish.
I would guess she'll be in the stadium about 110.
Okay.
Till about 2 o'clock.
Oh, that quick.
Yeah.
An hour.
It's going to be hot. Once the heat
whatever the other option is sounds really good right then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the other option is go someplace where it's cooler and there's those spritzer thingies.
Seltzers.
Yeah.
Okay. anyway, Rice is okay. They were okay last year. I think they actually stay within this line. I thought that they're not good, but they're just spunky enough. I had it at 30-17. It feels like this safe but not crazy win for Arkansas.
I picked Rice to cover. I think Arkansas wins the game. I have some concerns based on what I'm hearing out of there on Jefferson.
His ability.
Well, it's his accuracy. Briles' offense is a lot like Lebby's offense, frankly. It would be the Ole Miss offense if you had an inaccurate quarterback. Would you like that?
That wouldn't be helpful.
Because you want to run tempo, you want to do some of those things, and you got a quarterback who's – if Jefferson were a pitcher, he would be the guy that you're like, man, he throws hard, and he's got some good stuff, but he has no command. And so there will be days when that pitcher dominates you. And there's going to be days where that pitcher can't find the strike zone or he finds the middle of the plate way too much. That's KJ Jefferson. That's kind of what you hear from out of there. Now, I'll say this. If Jefferson plays well, Arkansas is better everywhere else than they were a year ago. But there's a fall off from Felipe Franks to KJ Jefferson that I think is going to be a little bit steeper.
Do you have them to 6?
I've got them getting to 5.
Okay.
I just think their schedule's
you
too
lose
hard.
to Texas, you win a couple
I think
couple
their
league
schedule's
games.
hard. But look, they're better on the lines of scrimmage than they were a year ago. Make no mistake. And it's, we've talked about this with a lot of people. Take Arkansas, take Mississippi State, put them in the SEC East, and they're not at the bottom of the division.
Yeah, sure.
And so when people do this deal about, they're 6th or 7th in the league, they're going to suck. Hold up.
6-7 in the West.
I'm telling you, they're not going to suck.
Yeah. I think they beat State.
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't think either one of those teams, though, are going to suck.
I think they beat State and they have a chance to beat Missouri. Probably won't, but got a shot.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Missouri's bad defensively. So
and the whole Pittman thing, people love to make jokes about Sam Pittman and all that stuff. I'll tell you this, inside that program, those kids love him.
Oh.
And they play really hard. They've had a really good camp. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll continue in a second. First about Community Mortgage, Oxford, Memphis, Soto County, and Chattanooga. Underwriting and processing is done in Memphis. They're getting local underwriting that understands your market, a leader in condo financing, the float down option, and more. You can find Jason at 662-234-2704 or JLOWE at communitymtg.com.
The pregame show that you'll see tomorrow is brought to you by Walk-On's Sports Bistro. They put everything they've got into bringing you game day with the taste of Louisiana. Dig into their mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Quality, fresh ingredients you can't help but crave. It's coming soon to Oxford. They're hoping for November. Walk-On's Sports Bistro, more than a restaurant, 1735B University Avenue in Oxford. And they're also going to be opening in Ridgeland here pretty soon, 720 Highland Colony Parkway. If you're interested in joining their team, stop by and apply today. Walk-On's Sports Bistro, again, more than a restaurant. We're also brought to you by Muddy Water Camo. Enter the promo code Rebel Grove, get a 35% discount on any products from the site, free shipping on $100 or more. Muddy Water has several new products on the site now, and their brand new Muddy Water Lady Camo apparel will be uploaded any day now. So go to muddywateroutdoors.com, enter the promo code Rebel Grove for 35% off. Dead Soxy is up, back with us, deadsoxy.com, DEADSOXY.com. Enter the promo code Rebel Grove at checkout for 25% off your entire order at Dead Soxy. You don't have to commit to the full service, or the full season, I should say, to sign up for 7 South's services. They offer single game packages. They still have availability for all 7 home games at Ole Miss. 7 South provides the equipment, secures the spot, sets everything up for you. They also offer unloading assistance and food, beverage delivery on game day. Single game packages are great for those that are only coming up to tailgate for a game or two. They start at just $225 per game for the non-conference games, $325 per game for the SEC games. Learn more at 7southtailgating.com or call 662-321-1682. And speaking of the Grove, it's going to be open for tailgating this fall. What is it now? 9 days?
9 days.
9 days till the first Ole Miss home game of the season. A night game. The Grove is going to be hot. You all know how that works. You're visiting with your buddies and your friends and stuff, and you have a couple too many. Game Changer can make this easier for you. They're the only 2-patch system available in the market to stop hangovers before they start. The warm-up patch, highly recommend it. Used before or while you drink. And the overtime patch is the one you use after you've been drinking to recover while you sleep. So after the game's over, Ole Miss and Austin Peay is done, and you're like, whoa, pop that patch on your upper arm, your upper thigh. Get a good night's sleep. You'll wake up the next day ready for a mimosa. To get ready for the Grove, they're running a giveaway until September the 8th. All Game Changer patches placed online, all orders placed online through the website will be entered to win an officially licensed Ole Miss branded Yeti Roadie 24 hard-sided cooler. That is a mouthful. And a home run bundle of 4-packs of warm-up and 4-packs of overtime. Also, free chances to enter the giveaway, including leaving a product review or following them on Instagram. The link is pinned on Rebel Grove, or you can access it on Game Changer's website in the drop-down menu. So try the patches, enter to win at GameChangerPatch.com. Enter the promo code RebelGrove20, RebelGrove20 at checkout for 20% off your order.
Podcast also brought to you by Visit Oxford. Visit OxfordMS.com. Bus tours coming back next weekend, 3 and 4 o'clock on Friday, every home football weekend. Call, make a reservation. If you have an adult ticket, get $100 off a pair of blue Delta jeans. There's a partnership there. Also, Tunes Around Town returning next weekend. As on Friday nights, you can go walk around the square, get some dessert, get some food. 4 different spots located with music playing all around from 5 to 7. So that's next weekend here in Oxford. Visit OxfordMS.com.
Sammy asked a good programming question, and I don't know the answer. Are we doing a podcast Monday morning?
It feels obsolete, but I feel like we can't really talk about the game. Like, I'm fine doing one, but I feel like it has to be
talking about the other games.
Yeah, it can't literally be anything to do with Ole Miss, because otherwise we get way too much 24 to 48-hour downloads that it makes no sense to make that obsolete.
And we'll be talking about the game Monday night.
And that will be the Tuesday podcast at some point, because we are not doing a Tuesday morning show.
We're going to be on the air till at least 1.
Yeah. So
no, we're not coming back.
I'm out at 7 hours later.
Yeah, me too. So I don't know about Monday morning.
Yeah,
honestly,
we'll figure it out. Probably, but I don't know what.
I'm planning to use some of my Game Changer patches over the course of the weekend.
Are you?
Yes.
You're gonna need a few of those.
It's possible.
Well, because if you have them, why not use them? Right? Like, what's the harm in just making sure?
Just making sure that I'm kind of with it Monday.
All right. Let's see, where are we at in the picks. We are at the Miami Alabama game.
Yep.
It is Alabama Miami, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta, 2:30 on ABC. For some reason, I thought I know it's a day game, but I keep my head that keeps being a night game, but it's not. We all have them covering. Yeah, we all.
I just pick
covering.
Alabama to cover until Alabama stops covering. I mean, you can overthink.
That's a hard and fast rule that you started in 2011 and you stuck to pretty much every
10
year.
years.
Since
It's pretty much worked.
Because in 2011, we had our best year collectively we've ever had on Neil's Picks, and one of our first or second years on the beat, or doing Neil's Picks, on the beat, because we picked Alabama, LSU, and Arkansas to cover every single week, because that was the Arkansas team with Bobby Petrino.
Where they just ran it up.
Yeah, so all 3 teams covered every week. So you had half your wins right there before you ever started anything else.
We really rode that until they started playing each other.
Yeah, and we were a little busy when they started playing each other because there was some other stuff going on around here at that point in 2011. So
yes, there was.
The night that Neil wrote the article that Pete Boone should be fired or resign was during the Alabama LSU game, right? Because was that not right?
No, I actually wrote that.
What were you writing the night of the Alabama LSU game? Because we were on the phone the entire game, and I was drinking precipitously. That entire night.
That was Ole Miss had played at Kentucky that day.
Oh, that was that day. Okay,
yes.
Okay. So the next day is when Houston did his thing.
I knew.
That's right. Okay.
I knew he was being fired.
That's right. Okay.
And so I was getting ready for that. I called you and I said, "Look, I know what you're doing. I'm just telling you that this is happening. It's happening tomorrow, and we got to get on it." I wrote that Pete Boone should step down the Tuesday, actually the Monday night, after the Ole Miss Vanderbilt game.
Oh, it was that early?
When he emasculated Houston at the press conference.
That's right.
I just said, you can't do that.
He told you down in the not tunnel, but
I
the
walked
area
up to him on the
Vanderbilt,
field, and he said it was unacceptable. And I was like, whoa, that's a strong word. And wrote that. And remember, we were going to go back. We were going to go back to Oxford, and I got a couple of calls that, hey, this thing might blow up this weekend. We stayed in Nashville because we started working on hot boards.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crazy time.
It was a crazy time. Yeah.
I mean, I look back on that. I was still really unpopular. It was 2011. That was.
But look, I mean, in all seriousness, like, look, I know you guys went through hell. Don't get me wrong. But
I look back. That took some stones to write that, or stupidity.
Okay, you're right, and I agree with you. But devil's advocate, your Q rating couldn't get any worse.
Well,
so try to grab them. I mean, like,
no, you're
hey,
right. You're right. I had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you get the fans on your side at that point. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, hey, hell, I'll jump on the grenade.
Boy, the rest of that year.
But no, seriously, you look at that, and it was
cold.
that 18 to 24 months that ignited the podcast.
Yeah.
Everything, because you went 11 in the disaster, Freeze doing a hell of a job in 12, to 13 starting to get weird and all in the recruiting class and everything. I mean, it was that 24-month period that was like, here we go. And it didn't stop until November of 17.
What I remember was people saying, man, I can't believe you wrote that. And my initial response at the time, I look back on it now, I'm like, I can see what you mean. But at the time, I was like, man, I just spent 10 years in Alabama. Everybody wrote this.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a different market.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, there's really no analysis here. I think Derek King is fine. I don't think he's a world beater.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback.
I don't think Alabama is last year's Alabama by any stretch of the imagination.
I will tell you this. There are some whispers out of there that there's concerns about their offense for the first time in a long time. There's no Lane Kiffin. There's no Steve Sarkisian. And look, man, when you see these pictures on the internet they've got 3 NFL starting quarterbacks right now that just got through playing for them. Hurts, Tagovailoa, Jones. You've got all these receivers that are in the NFL now. And there's no denying the talent they've had. At some point, you do hit a hiccup. You do hit a bump in the road. Bill O'Brien's not the same offensive style as Kiffin and Sarkisian. It's a different deal.
I've got a weird, and it almost made me, I wasn't going to, I never really considered it, but there was a part that flashed through my mind of picking Miami to cover because I just need to see some Bryce Young. I've got a weird little twinge that there's a fall off there that's more severe than maybe we think. I don't know that we're giving the correct credit on how good Mac Jones was.
I know we did. We wouldn't do it last year. Nobody would do it. I felt like I was like a lone voice in the wilderness.
But even beyond that, I
sometimes.
mean, I know Meacham's really good, and I know they got guys, but Devontae and
did you watch
Waddle
some of the throws
did you
watch some of the throws Jones made last year?
And I love me some Najee Harris. Like,
I know, and he's gone. And that offensive front was really good.
I felt like I didn't like it's week 1, so there's no reason to pick up a game. But if that happens in week 7 and I'm 5 behind, I think that's where I would have grabbed Miami to try to cover one because it feels a little whatever.
Just don't know that I'm all in on Miami either.
No, that's true. Neil's Heartland pick of the week, number 17 Indiana +3 at number 18 Iowa, 2:30 Big Ten Network. We already have a protest coming. Jeffrey's already pissed about the number of Big Ten games here in week 1 when it's 0-0 and Neil doesn't need to pick up games at this point. I think I'm the only person picking Indiana, Emma. No, Zach has them covering but not winning. I have Indiana winning the game.
That is beautiful, isn't it?
It is. It's pretty.
God, it's beautiful.
I like Michael Penix Jr. a lot. I think, and frankly, I'm rooting for Tom Allen as much as I'm doing anything. So Indiana there. Neil has Iowa winning 31-23. And Jeffrey has Iowa winning 28-23. So probably a close game. Fun game.
Be a good game.
Good game.
Go Hawkeyes.
It's fine. Why you got to hate Tom Allen?
I don't hate Tom.
What's the
I love
problem?
Iowa. I love everything about Iowa. It's beautiful.
And I love how you went all in on Iowa, but you never even considered Iowa State.
I like them too.
Not like Iowa.
No.
It's because they play in the Big Ten. If Iowa State was a Big Ten team, you'd be much more
deal.
likely to get in there.
But I'm much more of a flagship guy over the ag school guy.
You are.
I mean, that's more me. I mean, everything about Iowa fits me.
It's the state college thing. Neil's like, it is what it is. La Tech plus 23 at Mississippi State, 3 p.m. ESPNU. Neil has it 34-20. Jeffrey has it 35-17. And Zach has it 38-17. You're the only one, or no, I'm sorry, I might be the only one with state covering. I just think Mike Leach has enough athletes on offense. He beats these kind of teams to death.
Yeah.
My hunch is that if he can run it up, Mike Leach will run it up on Saturday.
And I think Tech's taking a step back. This is actually one where I almost changed it.
Mm-hmm.
But I always feel kind of guilty changing the picks because I get the last look at the picks.
Oh.
And I don't like doing that too much. I mean, I'll do it here and there. I mean, I'm not above it.
It's not locked in, so
No.
it is what it is. Central Michigan plus 14. Oh, by the way, did you see the state gray jersey? What'd you think?
It's hideous.
You didn't like it?
It's awful.
What was Adidas? So
I don't give a damn who it was.
What are they wearing with it? What's the pant?
I mean, they should just not do it.
A maroon pant?
I hope not. That's hideous. That's so bad.
A black pant?
I mean, I guess kind of the same color as the jersey.
Well, that looks worse than Ole Miss's gray on gray then.
Yes, and that was a bad idea at the time. I mean, it doesn't look good. When was the last time you looked at a gray on gray baseball uniform, and went, "Oh, that is hot"? That does it.
You mean
for
football?
Me. I mean baseball.
Yeah, but you like gray like gray suits
as a classic. There's nothing about that look. You look at that and go, "Oh, that's Mississippi
Like Tennessee
State."
does their pewter on pewter thing with the orange belt in baseball. All that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, when the Yankees wear their road gray, you're like, "Oh, they're the Yankees." How about that? I just don't like it. I mean, they're the home team. Wear your maroon jersey and your white pant and just go on with your day.
And on the road, wear white on white or white on maroon.
Wear white on white.
You like white on white.
And then you use
the maroon helmet contrast. It's all
fine.
Good. It's fine.
I mean, maroon's not the best color in the world for uniforms,
but it's what you got.
But it's okay. Texas A&M has a few uniform concepts that are fine.
A&M does a really good baseball job. I do like most of their baseball suits.
State tries too damn hard.
Well, I think they're trying to be like one of the Adidas flagships. So because of that, they basically tell Adidas, "Hey, if you've got a gimmick, throw it at us and we'll wear it."
I guess.
But what's it doing for you?
Well, I mean, now you're up against a guy that's got a brand.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin would not let his team put that uniform on.
No, Lane, he cares about what they have on.
No, well, he understands branding.
Because I would assume they're going to go powder on white Monday night.
That's what I would assume. It sounds like it's going to be powder versus red, kind of a
they're going to let both teams wear their home.
Yeah, an Eastern version of the West Coast game.
Yeah. Because Louisville's wearing red everything.
Yeah.
They look like a highlighter. It's fine. I don't.
But
mind
it's a better look than what is that really what they're wearing?
Who?
State. That jersey that's out there?
I don't know.
Bad.
The only time I saw it, but sure. Yeah, Louisville's wearing like their bright red helmet, pants, and shirt and gloves.
Yeah,
all red.
All red.
Yeah, a lot of red.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
As long as Ole Miss can wear powder, I assume they're wearing powder. If they can, I would assume they're going to go white on white with a powder helmet.
I would assume so too.
Yeah. I don't think the gray pants in the mock game is indicative of anything other than they didn't want to mess up the white pants prior to the first game. Well, Ken probably said, "Hey, why don't you keep the practice pants on, and we'll keep these from not needing to be dry cleaned prior to Monday
That's what they
night."
always wear on practice.
They practice in gray pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Central Michigan plus 14 at
I would
Missouri.
like the white pant to have a stripe. I mean,
It does.
It bothers me.
It's better than when you used to have like rebs down the hip or whatever.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Back in the day. That was like
that was a Hugh Freeze thing.
Yeah, it was a Hugh day.
The navy blue pant with the white rebs down the...
Yeah, because they'd wear blue on blue with that. Oh.
Yeah.
You look like a Sunbelt team. That's what it did to you.
I bet some of the old men got worked up on that one now.
I mean, look, it's not Ole Miss if it doesn't have those UCLA stripes on them. I'm just saying. Central Michigan plus 14 at Missouri, 3 p.m. SEC Network. I have Mizzou covering here. I like Basilic a lot. I think they're going to score points. I don't think Central Michigan's overly good. You have Central Michigan covering 37-24. Jeffrey has Mizzou covering, and Zach has Mizzou covering. So you can pick up a game on everybody with a Central Michigan
I'm probably losing one here. I'm not nuts on Missouri. I mean,
they're fine.
Basilic was fine. Their defense was shitty.
It was. It didn't get the attention on how bad it was because it wasn't Ole Miss Tennessee bad. But it was just one tick better.
Yeah. KJ Jefferson lit them up.
Yeah.
I mean, he did. So if we're going to do the Missouri's really on the verge, well, then so is Arkansas. Is anyone ready to say that? I'm not.
No. Number 23, Louisiana Lafayette. +8 at number 21, Texas, 3 p.m. on Fox. Jeffrey and I both took, actually, you're the only one with Lafayette as I'm running through it now.
Yeah.
I was going to all week, and I just changed my mind at the last minute. And I tell you what it was. It has nothing to do with Billy Napier. It has nothing to do with ULL.
Okay.
I'm annoyed, and I don't even know why, because I don't care really, but for whatever reason, I'm getting really annoyed by the ranked plunky underdogs in the preseason. I don't necessarily love Notre Dame up at number 6 or anything like that.
Doesn't Texas meet that criteria other than the word underdog? I mean, what the hell has Texas done to be preseason ranked?
Well, they have better talent than Coastal Carolina.
Okay.
I mean, 20 through 25 has like Liberty and ULL and Coastal, and I'm like, oh, we're putting so much emphasis on a team
On
going
records,
9-1
yes.
in a pandemic season.
Of course. And we're
Whatever.
putting If Coastal had to play an SEC schedule, let's see how cute that is.
Yeah, so part of me is part of me is almost rooting for Texas here to like stamp down Cinderella and like break its slipper a little bit. Like I've got 31-21 on Texas, and I just kind of want Texas to win the football game.
So what we've learned today is that you hate Cinderella.
I mean, I hate Field of Dreams. I hate Hoosiers. I hate Cinderella. Like I'm basically an asshole. That's basically what we're saying here as we're running through this. But yes.
So when you read Stephen King, you hope that the
I was rooting for Cujo. Okay, yeah.
You hope the protagonist dies.
Yeah, rooting for Cujo.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I mean, whatever. And I'm the one with the bad guy rep here.
It's like the How I Met Your Mother bit where he roots for Billy Zabka and he thinks it's about him getting picked on in Karate Kid. Yeah, I know.
By the way, I've hit the point in Cobra Kai that it's hard to keep going.
I knew I would like it early and then get annoyed, so I just avoided it. I said, you know what? Like, to avoid the bad mood later, I'm just not going to do this.
Yeah, I've officially hit the point where I watch like 4 minutes, and I'm like, guys, I'm not wasting any more of my time. Because Netflix is now sending me reminders. Remember to finish Cobra Kai. I'm like, no, you remember to make it better.
All right. Akron, talk about a big line. +37.5 at Auburn, 6 p.m. Look, Akron is awful.
I think I actually laid the points here. It's
you
so
and I both
many
laid
points.
the points. I think Brian Harsin can get off to a good start. I just think they run it up.
Yeah, my only concern in this is that Auburn gets up 35-0, and Harsin has that moment that all coaches have where he goes, you know what, I need to get my guys off the field.
You could be right. I agree with Jeffrey's analysis here in his paragraph. He says, allow me to give a little context on just how bad Akron is. During the previous 2 seasons, the Zips have gone 1-17 overall while managing a impressive 3-15 mark against the spread. They've been outscored 683 to 229 during that streak, and in half of those games, they failed to score in double figures. Plus, Harsin kind of needs some good press.
Yeah, well, I laid them too. I laid them too. I always get nervous laying 38 points. That's a ton of points to put down. It's okay. I'm good.
Yeah, no, I know. We'll continue in 1 second. First, tell you about Northeast Spark, NESPARC.com. 2 packages: the Ignite 100 Mbps or the Blaze, the 1 gig that powers the Clark Ford studio. I've got it at home as well. Your hometown team bringing you world-class broadband. It's NESPARC.com. 662-238-3159. Phone services available, parental controls, network security, wireless mesh extender, and much more. So find out if Spark's in your area, and if so, give them a call. Get the best internet around. Again, 662-238-3159.
My buddy Clay McNutt owns ACS in Baldwin, Mississippi. It's a complete electrical control system solution provider and a Rockwell Automation recognized system integrator. ACS has a full-time dedicated emergency service and troubleshooting staff and a UL 508A panel shop. Get in touch with them, acsllcms.com, or call 662-601-4381. Pinpoint Commercial Real Estate's based out of Jackson, Mississippi. They service the entire state in all commercial asset classes such as retail, office, industrial, and land. Sam Cox, B.B. Mitchell are Ole Miss graduates. They utilize their unique skill sets to execute on assignments and increase value for their clients. If you want to learn more about them and about all the opportunities that they can provide you and your business, get in touch with them, 601-586-3220. Blue Delta Jeans makes the best fitting, most comfortable jeans in the world because they are uniquely made for you and only you. Raw denim jeans, custom fit, hand-tailored in Tupelo, Mississippi. One size fits one at BlueDeltaJeans.com. Go to their virtual tailor at BlueDeltaJeans.com. Get measured and design your newest jeans in just a couple of minutes, and we'll make it even better. Enter the promo code Rebel Grove at checkout or in the Oxford studio, and you'll get 10% off your purchase at BlueDeltaJeans.com. We're also brought to you by Lammon's Fine Jewelry. Lammon's at 1126 North Lamar Boulevard in Oxford. Has been serving the Oxford area for 74 years. From engagement rings to wedding rings to fine jewelry, watches, pearls, and more, Lammon's is the gold standard in fine jewelry. So visit them at lammonsfinejewelry.com or call them at 662-234-2777. We'll have hand-raised guys tonight. That's brought to you by Comer Heating and Air and Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. Those are the names you can trust. More than 50 years of professional HVAC experience in Oxford and Tupelo and the surrounding area for Comer. And the same people, the same products, the same service. If you live in Memphis, DeSoto, northern Mississippi, that area, get in touch with the people at Southern, 662-801-1777. We're also brought to you by the College Corner. It's your one-stop Rebel Shop, 2 locations in the Jackson area. In Ridgeland, it's next to Fleet Feet. In Flowood, it's next to Half Shell. If you don't live in Jackson, just go to collegecorner.com, collegecornerstore.com, and you can find them on Facebook and Instagram. And we're brought to you by Pinnacle based in Madison, Mississippi. Clients in more than 20 states, advisors in multiple states. They provide detailed, specialized investment management, financial planning, retirement planning for individuals and businesses, and much more. It's mypinnwealth.com, NYPINN wealth.com. And we're brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. If you're thinking about a holiday trip, maybe you're already thinking about next summer, gambling that the deals that you can get today won't exist in a year, which is kind of hopefully actually. Get in touch with John. Just give him parameters and a budget. Let him give you options. And no, you don't have to live in or near Memphis to take advantage of his services. 901-494-3387 or send him an email, jedwards@regencytravel.net. First-time clients can save $50 off their first booked trip just by telling John you heard about Regency Travel on the podcast.
Podcast also brought to you by Nick's Tan and Associates, nickstanoxford.com for all your real estate needs, the buy side, the sell side. I've used them multiple times, and you should too. O'Keefe Graham, Clay DeWeese, and their team of associates. You can go to the website, find gallery view, find plenty of different ways to check out the potential homes here in the Oxford area. You can search by any number of ways to find your favorite neighborhood and the next house for you. 662-281-1200, or click the link. It is in the 321 content item out front at rebelgrove.com. It is linked at the top of the message board or in my signature as well. So again, 662-281-1200, nickstanoxford.com. Shane Beamer is going to beat Eastern Illinois this week with his graduate transfer quarterback, Zeb Nolan. Yeah, sure. That's it. I got nothing. Carolina's bad. I feel bad for the running back, who's actually one of the best backs in the league, but he's surrounded by nothing.
Going to be a rough year.
Yeah, he's got some Raph Webb vibes. He's pretty good, but there's not much else going on around him.
He might have a Brandon Bolden moment where he goes, you know what, I'm just going to go fishing. I mean, looking back on it, we owe Brandon an apology. That was a good decision.
Yeah, I don't blame him now. It's fine. It was 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember who he was with. You know what? Nah, good.
Yeah, I wish I could go back and write the book on the 2011 team. That's the best book. That's the best book you could ever write.
Could you have found a picture where JT Daniels was more uninterested in whatever was going on?
Where he looked less like the quarterback who's going to carry you to a title? You look at that guy and you're like, that we're putting all our hopes on him? Feels like a stretch.
He's good.
He's good.
But
He's good.
It's felt too much the whole time. There's been nothing about him that goes, oh, he's the next dude.
I'd rather have the kid at Clemson.
Would you?
I think so.
Is that why you picked it, 38-31?
I think so. I just think Clemson's better.
Georgia getting 3 points. I just took the points. I don't know. It's flip a coin and sure. I have no real preference.
I think we have a tendency, because they're in the ACC and because Dabo's so syrupy and because we're just tired of them, we have a tendency to say Clemson's down. Clemson has recruited at a really high level for a long time.
No, they're an SEC team that doesn't play an SEC schedule.
Yeah.
Clemson and Ohio State.
Yeah.
Those are the two.
Yeah.
Because Ohio State can batter you physically.
Yes.
Clemson can batter you
Clemson's going to line up at the line of scrimmage. And
frankly, they've had some of the better defensive lines in the country over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
That's been one of their shticks.
I know. I mean, there was a lot of attention, and understandably, that went towards Trevor Lawrence over the last few years, and I think it distracted people a little bit from just how much talent they were assembling around Trevor Lawrence.
You're the only one picking Clemson to cover. Jeffrey and I have Georgia to win. Zach, really threading a needle here, has Clemson winning but not covering. Florida Atlantic, Florida, 24.5, 6:30, SEC Network. I took Florida to cover, but this I don't know. I mean, frankly, this might be the one game of the week that I would just probably line through and have nothing to do with if I got to cancel one out.
FAU's bad.
There's nothing about this game that I like either way.
But there's nothing about Florida that I've heard so far that makes me go, oh yeah, they're about to go dominate the East. If you put Florida in the SEC West, where would they finish?
Third, fourth.
Yeah, not top two.
I mean, behind Alabama and A&M for sure, and then who knows?
I mean,
there's no Kyle Pitts on the field, so if you told me Ole Miss outscored Florida, I'm not shocked.
Damn near did it a year ago.
Yeah. So,
I mean, LSU beat Florida a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
You right now today going, oh yeah, Florida and Auburn, give me Florida. That's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No, you at least think about it.
Yeah. Kent State plus 29, Texas A&M, 7 p.m., ESPNU. I took the Aggies to cover, but we don't know what the quarterback looks like. I know they're really good on defense. I don't know.
Kent State's actually not bad.
No, the line's only 29.
I think I picked Kent State to cover because there's a lot of points, and they're not a bad team. Like, they could legitimately win the MAC.
I apologize to South Carolina. It is not the worst game of the week. East Tennessee State and Vanderbilt play at 7 o'clock on ESPN Plus SEC Network. Sure. Yeah.
I'm not
Clark
watching.
Lee will go 1-0. Congratulations.
I'm not watching.
He should really enjoy it.
He should.
Because I'm not sure they beat anybody. Well, they'll beat UConn.
Sure.
UConn sucks. UConn's really bad.
So does Vanderbilt.
UConn bad?
Did you watch the game last year?
Well, I tried. We were really high, and it was in standard definition.
You saw enough.
Saw Elijah Moore catch a lot of balls.
Ole Miss could have scored 100 points.
They could have. Yeah, they felt mercy. They stopped. Your game, UCLA, LSU. LSU minus 3.5, 7:30 on Fox. You've got the Tigers losing 33-31 to the Bruins.
Yeah, and I think I'm cheering here, if I'm honest.
It's week one. That's fine.
I want LSU to lose. If I'm just being – I'm going to be transparent here. It would be a blue day for me if LSU lost. I'd give that game a blue grade.
I think LSU has enough talent, enough athletes that in a vacuum they're just a better team and they win the game.
Yeah.
The two things, and I picked LSU to win, but the two things that really made me actually change the score, I had UCLA winning in my first time, and I went back and changed it, is, A, for whatever reason, SEC teams do not go to the West Coast and play very well most of the time. I don't know, but it's a thing. Don't. We've seen that with a multitude of SEC teams, LSU, Tennessee, Ole Miss.
I covered a really good Auburn team back in the day that went out to USC and kind of got popped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seen that. And then I do think this actually matters more. UCLA's played a game. I think week one to week two is such an improvement week.
Well, and Chip Kelly didn't just suddenly become a bad coach. I know they weren't good a year ago.
You're right. And I'm really playing devil's advocate for a podcast purpose here. But is he a high-rent Rich Rodriguez where he hasn't adapted, and what was so cool in 2009 or 2010 is no longer cool because everybody does it or does a better version of it?
Well, that's more than fair. Now, I think he's a significantly higher rent Rich Rodriguez. I'm going to kill this fly in a minute.
It's been just circling.
Yeah.
I asked somebody yesterday, tells you how my mind works. When you're going to try to kill a fly, can the fly take off in any direction, or does it always take off in one direction? So, like, should you be coming at impact?
I've never thought about
in a certain direction at a fly.
It feels like they can go any direction.
Like a helicopter that just can.
Yeah, like they just take off.
I don't know.
Like they're really.
Or do they
fast.
always go back or up or something? Because we always usually try to come into them this way, but.
See, I always try to go straight down on them
and
because that gives me more surface space with this water.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. No one picking Louisville to cover. Everybody picking Ole Miss, 9.5, 7 p.m. ESPN, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, second game of the weekend there. We've talked about it to death. I just think Ole Miss has too much offense. I think they're just enough better. I've got a little bit of concern with Malik Cunningham getting loose and using his feet. But for the most part, I just think Ole Miss is the better team here, and this line has not gotten so out of hand to make me question it. I think I would have been comfortable up to about 12 before I started really considering my options here in this game.
Yeah. I like Ole Miss big. I think Ole Miss is going to win this game, and I don't think it's going to be particularly close. Look, I think Ole Miss is better on defense. I don't know that they're great better. We'll find out, but I think they're better. I think DJ Durkins has more material to work with. He's had more time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little more confidence. You can sense it. Last year, the confidence felt forced. And this year, it seems more genuine.
Sure. And Louisville's
it's
fine.
such a statement game opportunity for Kiffin.
Well, that's true.
And he doesn't feel like the type of coach that lets those moments get away. He knows that all eyes are on them. He typically seems to be the kind of guy that has fun in those games.
Well, that's true.
And so I'm just kind of...
And you can't read coaches. Like, it's impossible to really know what they think. But I do think there are two or three things that we know because we watch Ole Miss every day that make you... Louisville is very, very concerned by two or three things that they feel like they just can't quite get over. And it feels like Louisville, from watching way too much Louisville press conference this week, and again, reading things from press conferences is stupid, but...
Very.
There does seem to be legitimate concern about a couple things they simply can't simulate or can't prepare their guys for as this thing goes.
I wouldn't want 10 new starters or whatever it is on a defense against that offense with the tempo and all of the things they can do. As accurate as Corral can be, as diverse as some of the weapons are, I just wouldn't want that.
Yeah, it just feels so. We've all got Ole Miss scoring in the 40s.
I'm kind of offended you weren't excited about the caption there.
I haven't read it.
You haven't read the Ole Miss caption?
No, I haven't read the Ole Miss caption.
I was proud of it.
Is that the one you're most proud of?
It's way up there.
I'm gonna say
I kind of like the A&M caption.
That was good.
I had fun with it.
Well, so good that you found a photo that actually doesn't even fit because you like the photo so much that it actually doesn't even go into our system.
It didn't matter. I was like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because I saw it and I was like, what the hell is he doing? I was like, oh.
It's artistic licensing.
Yeah, it's your content item. It is what it is.
Well, sometimes you write to entertain yourself.
Look at some questions. Let's see. Stevie Ray Vaughan, sports comedy cutie. They're on SEC Shorts or Annie Ager. Who you got? Who's Annie Ager?
I don't know.
I don't either. I'm assuming the girl in SEC Shorts you're referring to is the one that plays the Ole Miss character a lot, the kind of redhead.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, I'll have to look up Annie. I don't know. That's a good guess. If you and Chase had to guess, what are the first two plays Ole Miss runs on Monday?
Something over the top, a home run shot.
Immediately?
Quick.
See, I think you might have a run, then on that second lineup, get them in a coverage bust. Go backwards on that, where they hand it to Ely and you gain 4 or something, and then right back to the line, and then you're...
They'll go tempo early.
Yeah. Test Louisville on it.
If you told me they ran a trick play on play 1, I'd buy it.
A trick play.
Yeah.
Well, last year they ran the drum and throw really early.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're also the better team.
Yeah, but I think he's still establishing brand.
Okay. We're fun.
Hey, we're fun. Come play here.
Yeah. Y'all all turned on the first quarter. We're here.
We're recruiting the same guys that A&M and Alabama and here's why you should come play for us.
Yeah.
We're more fun than they are.
Yeah. I told you Alabama's offense struggled the first couple games and Golding held them back. What do you think the line is going into T-Town? 9 or 10?
It feels like that's as low as it could get.
Yeah.
Like 9.5 points.
Because it's at Alabama.